What is up, my Lorcana goons? Welcome to the Friday Market Watch. Congratulations, my goons. We've made it to Friday. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you have a great weekend if you're watching this on the weekend. And I have some stuff to talk about today in terms of prices and even some card news. If you guys are in the Lorcana Goons Discord, then you guys have seen the card reveal section for card news. But if you guys are not in the Discord, I do implore you to join our Discord, link in the description below. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like Lorcana content. So before we get into the Market Watch, there's some cards that were revealed, like the Sapphire card Distract. That's going to give a chosen character -2 strength, and then you draw a card. And we also got another reveal yesterday. This is going to be for an amethyst card, the Sorcerer's Hat. It's an item card. You exert it, pay 1 ink, you name a card, reveal the top card of your deck. If that's the card that you named, you put it to your hand. Otherwise, it stays at the top of your deck. So obviously you can combine this with like Ursula's Cauldron, Merlin's Squirrel. What's cool is that the name of the card is just the actual name. So for example, you just got to say Cinderella. You don't have to say Cinderella Barroom Sensation. You don't have to say Cinderella Stout-Hearted. You can just say Cinderella, and if you reveal any Cinderella, no matter who it is, you get to keep that card to your hand. So pretty interesting ruling that was confirmed by Ravensburger yesterday. But we do have some more cards that were revealed yesterday. We have a legendary Ruby card, Jim Hawkins, a 5 ink inkable, has a 4/4 stat line, and he has an ability that says when you play this character, you may play a location with 4 costs or less for free, and another ability that says whenever you play a location, this character may move there for free. So in any game, whenever something does something for free, that is pretty awesome. So that card looks pretty good in my opinion already. I don't even have to know anything else about Into the Inklands to know that's a good card. Today, though, we had 3 reveals. Shout out Saucy and all the other Discord members for providing this information. We have a 3 ink Pongo that got revealed that says once per turn, you may pay 2 ink to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, put it to your hand. Otherwise, it goes to the bottom of the deck. So that's kind of cool. We can't see Pongo's willpower, but he is a 3 ink inkable with 3 strength. Then we have a rare Moana that's a shiftable Moana. And it says whenever this character quests at a location, ready all other princesses here. They can't quest to, ready all other characters here. And then they can't quest until the end of, until the rest of the turn. So pretty interesting, kind of like the other Moana, the Amber Moana's effect, except instead of princesses, it's everybody, but they have to be at the location. And then we have a Scrooge McDuck that's a 5 ink uninkable with a 3/5 stat line that says during your turn, this character gains evasive. And then another effect, during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play an item for free. So more free abilities. I like seeing cards that say during your turn. I like seeing cards like Pongo that say once per turn. Pretty interesting in my opinion. But those are the card reveals that we've seen in the last couple days. We're going to start seeing a bunch of Into the Inklands reveals, so be sure to stick around these Market Watch so you can also see those as they come up. But there's even some more info on the troves though, so I do want to point this out because this is the Market Watch, and we like to pay attention to the product and the sealed product. And some images came out from the Into the Inklands troves and what is going to be inside them. So this trove is going to be a little different than the first chapter and the Rise of the Floodborn trove in the sense where this doesn't come with that little booklet. It doesn't come with those cardboard deck boxes. Now we're actually going to get some dice, which is pretty awesome. Some dice for damage counters. We're also getting these 6 color dividers. Check that out. There's one for every color, and they look pretty awesome. And then they even give us this cool, it's looking like a lore counter. Yeah, it's like the lore counter you win at League, but this one kind of looks like almost kind of Treasure Planet reminiscent, and has that Into the Inklands color palette of like browns and blues and yellows. So these troves are going to be very different. Someone also pointed out that normally the other troves had characters along the side of them. This one has an image of what looks like an ocean off a hill, and this could be a location, you know, instead of it being characters. Maybe they're showing the locations on the side of the trove. You never know. But let me know what you guys think of the way they're changing the Into the Inklands troves. I know some people are even disappointed that you're not going to get the little booklet anymore, but I think this is way better than than those cheap cardboard deck boxes they were giving you. They were literally paper cardboard, and that little lore tracker, oh my goodness, those lore trackers were so cringe. You know, so this is a very big step in the right direction, and who knows, maybe it might warrant this $136 pre-order price. No, definitely not. I don't think so. I do believe the MSRP for the troves is going to be the same. It'll probably be around $40 to $50 if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think you should be pre-ordering the troves, even with this new information that was announced today. It doesn't seem worth it, especially when the Rise of the Floodborn troves are still sitting at less than $70 right now. still above MSRP, but why would you want to pay basically double for this to pre-order the Into the Inklands trove when right now we're seeing how much they really printed of the most recent set and how readily accessible it is. But you know, in my opinion, if you just want stuff for collectability's sake, who knows? Maybe those troves might sell out and you might not get a chance to get another one before they shoot up in price like the first chapter troves. Because especially now that we know that the first chapter and Rise of the Floaterborn troves are going to be unique to Into the Inklands, these might actually even hold more of a value. You know what I mean? Because these are gonna come with those little chafa booklets and those little cardboard deck boxes, which are not good quality. But if you're a collector and you want that stuff, you know, or in general, like if you're a collector and you want it sealed because it has something different, that might be something to consider. Plenty of sales happening today and yesterday. Well, actually today people are still buying the booklet and the box empty for $40, which is just strange to me. I just don't think you should buy it. Just go to your LGS, try to meet some people. I'm sure somebody will give you one if they still have it. But right now, the first chapter troves are selling this week for that $200 mark. One for $194 and one for $215. And all the listings start at $215 plus shipping. And then after that, we're slowly creeping on those $250 marks. So this first chapter trove is starting to hit prices of the first chapter booster box when it was all hyped, right? Another thing that I wanted to point out is that the cases, the sealed cases of the first chapter booster boxes have been going up in price a little bit. These were selling for way less. I want to say these were a little bit closer to that like $650 mark. Yeah, in the beginning of January they were in that $600 mark, and as of today, it's looking like they're selling for $750 plus. And I don't really keep track of the case prices, but holy heck, lowest verified is going to be $900. After that, we have unverified for $769, and a bunch of sales happening today and throughout the week for that $600 to $700 range. It looks like all the ones that were in that $600 price range are all gone. So yeah, sealed cases of the first chapter going up. I wonder why, if someone wants to give an opinion on that. If you're someone who has a sealed case and you've been thinking about getting rid of it, maybe this might be your time. You know, they are a little bit more expensive than they originally were. So food for thought. But and by the way, don't buy any of these pre-order sealed product for Into the Inklands, especially not the pre-order singles. Ain't no way the Sorcerer's Hat is going to be $15, and especially this Jim Hawkins Space Traveler is not going to be $59.99. You know, even the best legendary in the game, which is the Beast Sad Boy and Maleficent Monsters Dragon, are not this price. You know what I mean? So do not buy the Into the Inklands single pre-orders. It does not make sense. Just wait for the set to come out. And by the way, check out our most recent video where we went over the best of 2023 in terms of Lorcana content creators and cards, etc., etc. It would mean the world to me if you could check it out and drop a like on that video as well, because we shouted out a bunch of Lorcana goons that do awesome stuff for the community. So check that video out. Let's get into some Enchanted news, because some of the first chapter Enchanteds are still going up. The Simba Return of the King is no longer going to be less than $100. We have two confirmed sales happening today for $105, and then yesterday all of the $90 to $100 listings were bought up basically. Today we have one listing for $90 by Cupertino, so shout out you for this low price, $89 with $1 shipping. After that though, we have an unverified seller for $104, and then a verified 2-mana dorks. They have it for they have it for $100 and $105. After that though, it starts to hit $115, $116, $120. So that Enchanted Simba, no longer less than $100 in my opinion, is going up slowly. Just like a lot of the other first chapter Enchanteds, like Simba, Aladdin, Heroic Outlaw, also no longer less than $100. A lot of these kind of had their bottoming out. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're an Enchanted collector, Christmas time was probably your time to start buying these at the lowest price you're going to see them for a while, because as of today, all of the $90 listings are sold out. Throughout this week, a bunch of them sold for $93, $96, and $98 right there. And today we have S'mores DBS Emporium with the lowest verified of $99.99, followed by Top Choice Gaming, awesome locals in Southern California, by the way. They have one as well for $99.99. So shout out you guys for having these low prices on Enchanted Heroic Outlaw. So it's basically about $100 on the dot, but they were less than $100 a couple weeks ago, and now they're not. So, you know, if you bought them at less than 100 bucks, congrats, you got a good deal. As of today, though, you're going to be paying a little bit more if you want to buy some of these enchanted rares, and maybe you might want to start keep an eye out on some of these, like the Elsa Spirit of Winter as well, because some of them have been selling for this $450 price range. We have 3 sales today. One for $415, but that was a light plate, and I've been staring at that one too. But that light plate sold today for $415. Then we have another sale for $451, and then another sale for $489. All of those happening today. As you can see, the price for Elsa is slowly trickling back up. Now the lowest verified is going to be by Mad Lads Cards for $425. It says it has a print defect on this one, though, and I just don't want to trust that. But after that, we have no verified listings until we hit Game Time TCG. It's $4.99 with 95 cents. So almost $500 again. This Enchanted Elsa Spirit of Winter. I wonder if this might be the reason why the booster box cases for the first chapter are going up a little bit. But wow, okay. So this did have like a lowest of around $350, and now you're probably going to be playing a little bit closer to $500. There's still a bunch of unverified sellers who have it for less than $500 if you guys want to go that route, but I do recommend trying to find these in person for a better deal or something. Cinderella Barroom Sensation, the most expensive enchanted rare from Rise of the Floodborn, still bouncing off that $200 mark. Cannot seem to get many sales over the $200 mark, but in general, a lot of movement. There was about 5 sales today alone, all happening within that $199 range, $209, $200, $202. So $200 on right on the money. There is only one verified listing by Red Lad Games for $209.99, so that's going to be about $210. After that, though, Luxury Gaming TCG has it for $230. Then it goes to $230, $240. So little by little, Ballroom Sensation and Cinderella going up, but still can't really pass that $200 hill. We'll see how that goes, though. I'm still holding mine, and I'll see what happens to that. Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. This is pretty cool. This one has been selling for around $150, which is pretty awesome to see because the lowest it hit was like $130. Now you're gonna have a lowest verified for a near mint for $153 by Columbus Card Shops. There's a couple light plated versions, which is a shame because why would you lightly play an enchanted rare, right? But around $150 is now what the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy is going to be valued at, so no longer less than $150, about $150 on the dot. Stitch Carefree Surfer, a lot of these sold for that $194, $200 range throughout this weekend. Now we only have a couple listings. We only have one listing for less than $200, and it's going to be the light plate version we have right there. There's a couple in that $200 range, though, so it's still sitting at $200. We'll see if it goes higher than that, but let's just take a look at these legendaries that we have from Rise of the Floodborn and first chapter. There really is the big 3 that we've been staring at back to back to back, you know what I mean? And we're really just trying to see what happens to these prices. Beast did kind of calm down a little bit, but it's still bouncing off that $50 mark. So it's not a $50 legendary like it was in the beginning of the week. Now you're going to be paying a low of $46 by Big Boy MTG. Beast Tragic Hero seeing a lot of play in basically any deck that is not Ruby Amethyst. So if you're not playing Ruby Amethyst, you're more than likely playing something with steel in it. And if that's the case, then you might need Beast Tragic Hero. You might need 4 of them, even. You know what I mean? And some of these have been selling throughout the week. There was a lot less listings than there is now. There's about more than 50 listings now. So it does make sense why the price is at 45 and not 50 anymore. But for these cold foils, there is only 17 listings left. And the lowest verified for a near mint cold foil beast is going to be $63 by Scott's Emporium. So always good to see if you copped your foil beasts. You know what I mean? Now they're about $60. Maleficent Monstrous Dragon is another legendary that continues to just surprise me in terms of some of these prices. So the lowest verified for the non-foil is going to be right here by Void Zone Gaming, $37.99. They have 5 of them for you, so you can save some money by getting all 5 from them, but you're still paying about $40 a pop for the Maleficent Monstrous Dragon non-foil. And same thing with this card. There's only 17 listings on the foil side, and holy moly, there's only 1 listing left for $60, but it's damaged. It's a damaged foil by Hybrid Cards. So if you guys want a damaged foil, hit up Hybrid Cards. So I guess you can pay $60 for a damaged version of this card. But if you guys want a near mint foil Maleficent Dragon, the lowest verified is going to be Void Zone Gaming. They have it for $80.99. No way. That is interesting, man. Could you guys remember when this was selling for $43? Doubled in price already. You see what I mean when I say to get the foils? There was a hater in the comments saying, oh, why are you recommending the foils? The market is going low and this and that. Bro, I'm recommending the foils because they go from $45 to $80 sometimes. You see what I mean? Why would you be spending $40 on a non-foil when you can buy a foil for $45? And you watch the non-foil price go up and down by $5 for the last 3 weeks. But check out this foil price, doubles in price, guys. You know what I mean? When it comes to Lorcana and legendaries especially, the foils are just the way to go. It is a little bit too late now. I think this might be one of the highest prices I've seen for the Maleficent Dragon foil. But one of the things I did notice in playing my recent tournaments is that I played a 9-round online tournament, and out of those 9 rounds, eight of those 9 rounds had ruby in it. It was 5 ruby amethyst, 3 ruby amber, and 1 sapphire steel. Those were all my matchups, and I was in like top tables throughout this tournament. So many of the top tier decks are playing ruby. You know what I mean? Like ruby is such a powerful color. Maleficent Monsters Dragon is a timeless card, and I do think that the $80 foil price is a little bit excessive, but it is warranted. You know what I mean? There's only 17 listings. It might go down a little bit, but we never know. This could see heights like the way Rapunzel was. Rapunzel was selling at around 120, 130 for the foil, and we never know what's going to happen with Maleficent Monsters Dragon. But I do think $80 is a tad high. If you guys are obsessed on getting these foils, maybe try and find it for a little less than that. That's just my opinion. Rapunzel gifted with healing, awesome legendary that we've been seeing not see as much play this format, but the foil is trickling back up in price. We have the lowest verified on the non-foil for about $36 by Degenerates. It's going to be $35.98 with $1. There's plenty of unverified sellers right here. Ooh, this person has them for $33, and they have 4 of them. I'm gonna add that to my cart so nobody takes that. That's a really good deal in my opinion. I think finding Rapunzels for less than $35 is a solid deal. The closer to 25, the better for me, because you're never going to see Rapunzel's at $25 anymore for the non-foils. However, even the foils too. The foils for this card shot up, bro. Look at the foils on January 2nd. $38 for the foils on these Rapunzels. Now we have a lowest verified near mint by BTB Games, $66.44. Wow, holy heck. Then we have a light played cold foil for $70. After that, BG Collectibles are not verified, but they have a foil for $72. So $70. Rapunzel, gifted with healing foil, going back up to that $70 range, my goons. This is pretty good to see, mainly because I was a little bit nervous too, because I was like, oh no, my foils are falling in price. But look at that, bouncing right back like it's no tomorrow. It's like we're in a bounce house. It's pretty cool to see, man. Pretty cool to see. Belle, strange but special, still bouncing off that $20 mark. A couple sales in the week happening at $20 and less, but for the non-foil Belle, you are going to be paying about $20. But the foil version for this card also jumped up in price a little bit too. Now you're going to have the foils listed at basically $40. Whoa! Remember last format when this happened, my goons? Remember last format, people were selling foil Gontus for $30 and foil Beasts for $40, and now those prices have fallen a lot. So this might be a little bit too hyped, because there's a bunch of light played cold foils listed here for $40. Don't buy them light played, just buy them near mint at that point. But if you're looking for near mint cold foils, there's 24 listings, with the lowest verified being TCG decked at $42.52. Wow. So yeah, Belle Strange but Special is now a $42+ cold foil. And look at this. In January, it was $24 for the foil, and now that's almost what you're paying for the non-foil, right? Hades, Infernal Schemer, another legendary that is bouncing off that $20 mark again. So they were less than 15, both of these cards a couple weeks ago. Now they're bouncing off $20. So you're probably going to have to pay about $20 for the non-foil versions of these cards. Same thing with Hades, man. Experiencing a lot of movement in the foil rarities, making the price go up. There's only 10 listings for the foil now. A couple light plays at $40, but the lowest near mint is going to be by Norwest Cards, $42.97. You know what? This makes sense now why the cases for the Chapter 1 box are going up. The booster boxes might go up in price a little bit too if these are the prices for the foils, because some of these legendary foils are getting very, very, very close, if not more expensive than some of the enchanted rares from Rise of the Floodborn. And in general, the first chapter is just seeing a lot more respect in terms of the metagame than Rise of the Floodborn is. So it's no surprise why a card like Hades is basically almost a $50 foil legendary again, like it was in the beginning of the format, or the beginning of Lorcana actually. Some Rise of the Floodborn legendaries that I've been seeing a lot of a lot of movement are going to be Mufasa, which is one. For example, earlier on Monday we saw that the lowest verified was about $12 to $13, and now we have a bunch of non-verifieds for $15. But if we go to the verified listings, 14 with $4, 17 with $1, 16 with $2, 18 to $19, guys, is what you're going to have to pay for Mufasa now. I was saying this in the last couple market watches. Amber Ruby is a very popular deck. Maybe you should get Mufasa while it's still less than $10, and now it's looking like you're gonna have to pay a premium for Mufasa. He's basically $20 now. We have a couple sales happening today. All of them in that $17 to $16 mark, but they've all been selling non-stop today. There's about 10 that I'm just looking at, from ranging from 13 all the way to $17.99. So I want to say, whether they're only being 28 listings, by tomorrow it'll probably be a $20 legendary. There's only 10 cold foil listings. Wow, good to see, because I've been holding on to my foil Mufasas for a long time. There is a lowest verified near mint for $34. After that, $34.99. So about a $35 foil now. Mufasa, betrayed leader. Heck yeah. Love to see that. I'm glad I held on to mine. When it comes to like foil legendaries, guys, if you just want to see some better return in value on the boxes you've been buying and packs you've been opening, keep the foil legendaries. I bet you're gonna appreciate keeping a lot of the foil legendaries as time goes on. Trust me. Stitch Carefree Surfer, awesome card, awesome card. Also seeing some movement now that it's no longer $10. I swear, you guys don't buy the cards when they're low, but when they start climbing back up in price, you just just a bunch of sales, right? Because now there's just been a gang of sales for Stitch Carefree Surfer, and the lowest verified is going to be $12.50 by Gold Star. After that, it's going to be $11.99 by Strike Zone Online. So Carefree Surfer Stitch no longer less than $10, about a $12 legendary. The foils for this are also going up. There is a lot more for this card than there was for the other cards. There's 42 listings for these. Card's not as popular as like the other cards, but still, almost $30 for this foil. Really good to see. One of the earlier in the month when I was mentioning this card, I mentioned that the foils were only $20, and I thought that was a really good price. Now the foils are going to be about $27, almost $30. I still think this is a good price. Like, you know, I don't have like all that much money to where I'm going to buy 4 of them, but if you're just somebody who has the means, you know, I think that's a really good price still for the Stitch Carefree Surfer. Amazing card. Snow White Well-Wisher going up in price a little bit this week, seeing a lot of sales in that $7 to $8 mark. This is like the basic market price that it's been, but this card is played in Ruby Amber, and I've just been seeing a lot more sales for it throughout the week. Today we have a lowest verified by Sam's Treasures at $8.25. After that, it goes Gold Star for $8.50. I'm getting close to that $9 mark, almost $10 for your Snow White Well-Wisher. No longer within that $5 to $7 range, picking up a little bit in sales movement and price. So if you guys have this in your trade binder, make sure you're getting the right value for it. Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, more than $10. What can I say? You guys should have gotten it when it was less than $10. Now lowest verified is $10.25 and then $10.39 by a brick a spot. Shout out you guys for these awesome low prices. But the foils of Tinkerbell Giant Fairy are going up too. Lowest verified is now $16.99 by No Cap Poke Productions. After that, Skull TCG has it for $17.80. So about $16 to $18 for the foil. It has been going up. A couple days ago, we were looking at it, and it was closer to that $15 range, and those have been selling. This foil is probably going to hit $20 very, very soon. A Whole New World, awesome card, awesome card. Been seeing a lot more play in Sapphire Steel, but the price has gone down a little bit. Seeing these at less than $10 is just sits really well with me. You know what I mean? I think this card's really good, and I think if you're gonna buy this card for around $6.89 by Shop Card Nexus, I think that's a good deal. So less than $10 for your Whole New World is about $7, in my opinion, is a good price, right? You might want to consider getting the foils for these though, because the lowest verified for the foil Whole New World is only going to be $12.95 for the near mint version, which is about like $5 more. Be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. Going back up closer to that $10 range, bouncing off though. Lowest verified is going to be by RS Card Sales for $8.50. They're going to be $8.50 on TCG Player. In person, you're probably going to have to pay maybe $9 to $10 for these. You know what I mean? And I think the times of these being less than $10 might be behind us, at least for now. Lowest verified on the foils though is going to be by Frizzy Owns for $12.99. No, that's not bad. That's really not a bad price. Only about $3 more, $3 to $4 more for the foils. I don't know, guys. I think that might be a good one right now. Cinderella Ballroom sensation slowly picking up price again. It was around that $10 mark for a while, then it fell to like 6 to 7 throughout the week, and now it's stabilizing again at around $8.33 by Underworld Cards. They have 29 of them for you, so in case you want to buy 29 Cinderella Ballroom sensations, you can. But I don't need that many. I don't really need any at all. You know what I mean? So the lowest verified for the foil is going to be about $13 for this card as well. We also have Prince John that has been seeing a lot more sales movement this week. Today alone, there's more than 10 sales happening for Prince John. The cold foils are selling for around $8 to $9. The non-foils are confidently selling for $5+. We have a lowest verified by BWG Kentucky at $4.59 with $1 shipping. After that, the next verified seller is going to have a light plate version for Card Titan. But let's just stick to the near mints, because that's what we care about, near mint, right? Couple near mints for that $4.50 range, and then after all of those sell by verified, it starts to hit $6. So Prince John going up a little bit because it is seeing a lot of sales movement. I think this card is going to probably pick up in price throughout the week. The foils are still really cheap. It's $8 for the Prince John foils. It's really good in my opinion, when the non-foils are a little bit more than $5 already. But there's only 2 listings there. After that, they start hitting $10, guys. So if you want to foil your Prince Johns out, maybe you want to consider getting them right now before they go back up a little bit. Strength of a Raging Fire. This card fell down a lot. No longer more than $5, less than $5, about $4 for a near mint Strength of a Raging Fire by Tar Singles and 10 TCG, $3.99. So that's pretty cool to see that this card's not expensive as much anymore. And then we have Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer. This card is basically $1, almost $2 for the non-foil uncommon, which is pretty neat. I would put this up there with the way Flynn Rider was and Nick Wilde, because everybody just wants to play Ruby cards. You're playing Ruby Amber or Ruby Amethyst for this card, for example, and this card being a very powerful evasive that quests for 2. It's very oppressive and it's just really popular. So I know I had to find some for the tournament I played, and they were really hard to find. So yeah, if you have this card, be sure to value it at about $2. The way people were valuing Nick Wilde and Cheshire Cat or Flynn Rider, this card is definitely about a $2 card. Sam's Treasures has it for 89 cents with $1 shipping. TCGV has it for $1.50 with $1 shipping. So this is about a $2 uncommon, which is pretty cool to see. When you're opening packs, make sure you put your Stylish Surfers to the side. And that is going to be all for the Friday, January 12th Market Watch from Lorcana Goons. My name is Kevin. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like Lorcana content, be sure to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and drop a like as well, because it does help the channel. Join our Discord and let me know what you guys want to review in the next Market Watch. But until then, remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we will see you goons next time.